Okay, today we'll find ourselves pulled in two opposite directions. Okay, we'll be caught in between the excitement of new ideas and expansive thoughts and the need to stay grounded, the need to stay practical. It's going to be like, we have the angel sitting on our shoulders, or the voices inside, right? The voice inside is saying, dream big. Dream big. And we do on a day like today. We do want to dream big, and it's good to dream big. And it's also telling us to take risks. And that's where we might get tripped up. Okay, because another voice is reminding us of our responsibilities, our obligations, and perhaps the need to play it safe. This energy will probably create tension, okay? Especially if you're torn between making some kind of bold decision, like, I don't know, in career or love, relationships. Maybe it's with your finances. Maybe it's the spending. Maybe it's the saving. Maybe it's the investing. So we'll talk about all of this and, join me. Join me as we embark on a journey of self discovery, gaining an understanding of how to embrace this energy and move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Yes, I can breathe. I'm back home. All my computers work, all the cameras work, the mic works, the keyboard, everything's working. So I can rest easy and I'm in my comfort zone again. So, welcome to your daily focus for November the 18th, 2024. And I do want to give a big shout out to each and every one of you who showed up and watched those lousy videos I made. And, bless you. Okay, you guys are truly incredible. I send all that love, all that light back to you. Okay, tenfold. Okay, the 18th. The 18 energy. The 18 energy is about our heart center. The 18, Paul has played with this chair. He told me he wasn't in the office, but there we go. That's better. Um, The 18, our heart center, absolutely. It's our emotion. It is honoring our emotion, first of all. And what we are trying to accomplish, really, under an 18 energy is to bring in joy, laughter, happiness, giggles, smiles, a sense of well being, a peace of mind, a balance. Okay, 1 plus 8 is a 9 energy. The 9 energy is more about completions, endings, um, letting the past stay in the past. But we're doing it with purpose, okay? If you do the numerology, it is 1 through 9, okay? So once we get to the 9, we start all over with the 1, right? If we go 10, we'd go 1 plus 0 is a 1. So we start back over at the 1 energy. So the new beginnings, the new starts. So when we are in a 9 energy, yes, there is a sense of completion, although there is with other numbers as well. But this one is definite to making room for the new beginnings. Okay, and the daily numerology. 11 plus 9 plus 8 is a 28 energy. The 28 energy usually tests us before we go forward. It usually gives us some kind of lesson, or it slows us down so that we can understand or bring in the clarity and the knowledge a little bit better. So it is about moving forward, absolutely, but there's usually some kind of test. There's something that we have to go through, or some kind of clarity or knowledge that we need to bring into our lives in order to really have that new beginning, that new start. 2 plus 8 is a 10, which brings us luck. It's also about the seasons changing, the wheel is turning. And it is a time, under any 10 energy, it is a time to look forward to the successes that you want to celebrate down the road, down your path. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is the I am, the independent, the trailblazer. So, yes, we will also want to go forward, and we will also want to take those risks today. So, not only is it in the astrology, we'll get to that, but it is in the numerology as well. The sun is in Scorpio, our moon is in Cancer, Mercury is opposite Jupiter. Okay, so Mercury is our thought, it's our voice, our communications. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, and growth. So we will likely experience very expansive thoughts, grand ideas. Okay, we will picture things of great passion to us. But these planets are opposing each other. They're across the sky from each other. And so when that happens, we might overpromise or overcommit to something. We could easily exaggerate. So we have to find the harmony of this transit somewhere in the middle, the sweet spot. So, yes, dream big, but keep the steps practical. Keep your eye on what is achievable. When you're talking to other people, keep to the truth. Don't make promises that you can't keep. And if you say yes to something, make sure that you've already considered the time and energy needed for that task or for that obligation or that commitment. We definitely don't want impulsive decisions on a day like today. We would rather have that careful planning. Uh, I feel like okay. Let's say Sarah. Sarah has always dreamed of owning a bakery, and Sarah's at her 9 to 5 job, and she just doesn't know how much longer she can take it, and she just wants to break free and start that bakery. And this is what is going to happen on a day like today. We're going to want it in the now, okay? Especially with that one energy there, we want it now. So Sarah wants her bakery and she wants it now, and she's even thinking about walking in and talking to the boss, but she figures she'll go home and she'll think about it, and maybe tomorrow morning she'll quit. But she isn't going to be absolute. She's going to pull it back a little bit. She's going to give herself time to think, to process. Is this something that I is doable? Is something I can do? Is it practical? Okay, so Sarah goes home and she gets out her journal and she makes, boy, does she write. She writes pages of good and bad and this and that, and while she's doing this, she's thinking, I don't have to just jump in with both feet. Why don't I start on my weekends baking, and then I'll sell it at some of the local markets? And that'll give me the extra money to put away to have my bakery. And in the meantime, I'm still getting that paycheck, so I don't have to worry about if I'm going to make it or if it's going to break me. So, make sure that you're taking the time to ask yourself if you're being realistic. Meditate, journal, have a conversation with yourself, okay? Just like Sarah did, okay? We want to avoid extreme moves. We want to balance, I guess, optimism with some practical steps. And that's not going to be an easy task today, okay? Most people will jump both feet in the fire and wonder why they crashed and burned, okay? Because you're here, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom to pull yourself back to think it through. And you may not have to, you may just have some small practical steps that will lead up to that great grand moment that you saw in your mind. Okay, let's turn to the cards. Our underlying energy for today is the Tower card. The Tower card is here. Somebody said, "Oh, I can see your cards so well, Tilly." This is how close I was holding it, really, I think. So, but I find the light in here kind of retracts from it, and if I pull it back, it gets a little bit clearer for you. So, anyways, the Tower card is here. The Tower card is, it's acknowledging that things have to stay in the past, that we have to let go of certain things in order to go forward. We get a sense of clarity, we get an understanding, we also get a confidence that we can do something. We want to break through that glass ceiling. We want our energy to grow to the extent where it breaks through that glass ceiling. What we thought were limitations, what we thought were obstacles, now we can go forward. Okay, and maybe that limitation was you have a 9 to 5 job and you can't possibly just leave. You got to have some money coming in, and you're not so sure that there's going to be money immediately when you start something new, or maybe it's in love, or maybe it's with your finances, where you'll just have to kind of break it down. This is for everybody. So for every one of us, it's hitting us in a different area of our life. So let's say you met somebody, you've been going together maybe 3 to 6 months, and now it's come to, we want to move in together. Do you want to move in? Are you ready to move in? Maybe you could leave your toothbrush there, or maybe a change of clothes once in a while, but still keep your residence for the time being. Like, we don't want to act too quickly under this energy. Regardless, we don't want to take 10,000 out of the savings and throw it into the stock market. We want to think it through. We want to do some research on the stocks that we're going to buy. Do we need $10,000 in there? Is that a realistic thing? Am I able to lose 10,000 if the stock market were to crash tomorrow? If that money were simply gone, would I be okay with that? These are the things we have to ask ourselves. So the Tower card is asking us to look at our limitations. So maybe, how about we do $100 then? And next week we'll put in another $100 until we have $10,000 of our own money invested in that. So, maybe 100 weeks or 100 months, whatever it takes. Slow it down. Okay, this is another slow and steady wins the race. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles says that we are feeling like we have accomplished a lot in our past, that we are capable of going forward, that we have the wisdom, we have the clarity, we have the understanding of what we really want to step into going forward. And so this is a time when we are on the brink of our tomorrow, right? So a 9 energy is here telling us that we have accomplished everything, and it's time to leave those accomplishments in the past, take the knowledge forward, take the clarity and the understanding, and grow from that experience. The Ten of Pentacles says there will be great success. There'll be a little bit of magic. We have the High Priestess, but most of that magic is within you. We also are working with other people. We're not just trying to do it all ourselves. So if you're really good at the creation part, maybe you need somebody to mind the books. Maybe you're looking at your finances and you really don't have a great education in how to manage your finances when it comes to investing. So you sit down with somebody who has that knowledge. And if you take your time, as the energy is asking us to do, understanding that we are ready to step forward in a new direction, this tells me that there can be great success for whatever you decide to start to roll out in your life today. And we have the Two of Pentacles. I can see how indecision could come into play today. We just freeze because we're just, I don't know. It's too big to step into, so I'm just going to go in a different direction, or I'm just going to put it in the box and put it on the back shelf for now. And those are things we don't want to do with that big dream, that goal, that desire, okay? We may need to make a decision to go forward in some way. Even when we don't think we're making a decision, we're making a decision. So if you sit on the couch for a couple of hours and play games on your phone, or watch the TV, or browse, the Facebook, or whatever you do, okay? You're actually making a decision that is where your focus is going to be. That is where your attention is going to be. It's not on your future, and you really need to turn it towards your future today, okay? But it is about making a decision. Okay, we have 2 ships coming in on each side of us. Both of those ships are identical. We're holding a coin in each hand. Both of those coins are identical. So it's not so much what decision we make today, it's the fact that we make a decision. Because if we don't make a decision, those boats will leave the port and we won't be on it. We won't be going towards our dreams of success, abundance, prosperity, great love, great health. Okay, we have renewal of peace, the 13 energy. Renewal of peace. So the 13 energy is one where it's very lucky, but what happens to us under a 13 energy sometimes doesn't seem all that lucky. It's only in hindsight that we see, wow, if that hadn't have happened. Okay. Try and get the whole card in there for you. There we are. It's important to maintain peace with all aspects of your life, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. Inner imbalances can often manifest in your daily life if you don't make time to take care of yourself. It doesn't matter whether or not your imbalance is a negative one. Being optimistic to the point of believing yourself to be invincible can also lead to challenges. Balance is best achieved through listening to your body, mind, and soul. Take time for yourself. Allow your inner power to heal and return to being peace-filled. This will assist you and make you strong. So once again, it doesn't matter if the imbalance is a negative or positive, right? It doesn't matter, but we need to understand it for what it is and invite it in under our terms. And we'll get an animal, higher intuition, if you're ever looking for this deck. That is what the box would look like, and that's the book. Look how beaten up it is. Well used, well used. The cards are well used too. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we have call on your angels. Call on your angels. Now we have the angel fish. Awakened visions, dreams, clairaudience, and water. An angel can illuminate the thought and mind of man by strengthening the power of vision and by bringing within his reach some truth which the angel himself contemplates. Angel fish reassures you that your angels are around you all the time, and they've been trying to get through to you and offer love, healing, and guidance for you. You may not see the angels as you believe they ought to look. They come in form of a human stranger, an animal. It'll be a positive and enlightening experience that may add more questions, but in time, the answers will appear. Your dreams may be extra prophetic and intense with messages, or you may have been hearing messages as if you've been thinking to yourself. Or you hear a message through music or song that has a deeper meaning, or it has having vivid visions. These messages are to help you awaken you, not to make you sit there in fear. Okay, your angels ask that you call on them to assist with life's pressures. You don't need to know their names, only request their assistance and be specific in your request so that they can immediately go to work on your behalf. So Angelfish says that you are being too stubborn and attempting to go against the flow instead of with the current. It may be time for you to take a trip to a location where there's plenty of water, where you can sink your toes in the sand and stare into the depths of the waters. So your angels are there today to talk to ask, for clarity, for knowledge, for wisdom, for understanding. How do I break down this great passion, this great desire of mine into small steps? How do I slow it down so that I have the balance in my life needed to keep me level, keep me going, keep me, not to overwhelm me, not to put me in a dilemma, out of the pot and into the fire kind of energy. So we definitely don't want that today. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. This is a day to grow those dreams big, gigantic, enormous, ginormous. It's also a day to not jump both feet first into that dream and abandon everything else. Rather, look at what you need to release, what you need to let go of, and some of the steps that can be forward motion as well. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.